Who is it? Dear Bradley, within this box is the most exclusive, most expensive pipe tobacco ever blended by human hands. We send it to you, firm in the knowledge that you will know what to do with it. Your friends, the Pipe Tobacco subreddit. The most expensive pipe tobacco ever?
It's indescribably beautiful.
All right, gang. I have here in this box the most expensive pipe blend ever made. W.O. Larsen's 2015 limited hand pressed. Now, how did I come across this? And what the hell is it? This is crazy. I was actually contacted by Reddit user feernot, who goes by Ryan WooPigPiper. He contacted me and asked me if I would like to review the most expensive pipe tobacco in the world. I was intrigued. We corresponded for a little bit, and basically what happened is he is on the Reddit pipe tobacco community. I'm going to put all these links and everything and all this information in the description box below because it's really cool what these guys did. Basically, some users on the Reddit pipe tobacco subreddit for Reddit pipe tobacco. I don't know how it works. It's basically r/pipe tobacco. It's a Reddit sub. They went in together and they grabbed a box of this W.O. Larsen limited 2015 hand pressed. It's 3.5 ounces. It comes in its own little humidor. It's this crazy, ridiculous, fancy thing. And he went in together with several users. There was user Fuzzy Totems, user Pandam, Zapotecorum, carnesy, stogie-bear, benbobhenbob, 7_Stark, and toxickdonkey. Again, I'm going to put all these users in the description box below because I think they deserve some recognition. They all went in together and gathered up the dough necessary to get me this, so I could review it for you. Kind of. This isn't really going to be a review because a little background on W.O. Larsen. They are a Danish pipe tobacco blender. They mostly do very sweet aromatics in kind of that Danish style. Not something that I would typically want to smoke. You know that I don't really like aromatics very much. But a couple years ago, I guess 3 years ago now, they released this crazy limited hand-pressed tobacco. And I remember hearing about it sort of back when it was actually first released, and just hearing that it was stupidly expensive and who would buy that? Why would anyone buy it? This retailed for $1,000 when it was first released. It was limited to 200 boxes, tins, whatever you want to call it. And I think 40 came to the US. It was $1,000 for a while. Obviously, they weren't all bought up because even recently, let's see, I have some information here. Recently, you could still get it at Smoking Pipes. It is still available at Pipes and Cigars now for the low price of $300. So less than a third of what the original price was, and Payless Cigars and Pipes still has it for $1,000. Not sure how many are actually left out there, but I would assume that since they didn't sell through their initial batch, that maybe if they do this again, they'll have a little bit of a lower price, a little more reasonable price. So this is just a crazy luxury thing, and Ryan just thought it would be fun to send me some to review. I think that's very cool. Again, thank you guys so much, the users of the Reddit pipe tobacco community. Ryan also sent this along in the box for me. To Bradley from Feernot, a tin of my very favorite Elizabethan. Thank you very much, Ryan. So a little background on this. This was blended by, got the information right here. Well, actually, let me read to you a little bit of information here. A blend of 21 high-quality leaf components, flavored with the aroma of hand-picked Gayle leaves from the moors of Denmark. Blended and pressed by master blender Lasse, L-A-S-S-E. Some of you Danish people can tell me how to pronounce that name. I'm going to say Lassie. Lassie Berg, using a custom-made hand-pressed. It is individually numbered and presented in its own humidor. Again, like I said, 200 made, 40 to the US, $1,000 at release. Gayle leaf. Hand-picked Gayle leaves from the moors of Denmark. What is Gayle leaf?
Myrica Gayle is a species of flowering plant from the genus Myrica, native to northern and western Europe and parts of northern North America. Common names include bob myrtle and sweet Gayle. It typically grows in acidic peat bogs, and to cope with these difficult nitrogen-poor growing conditions, the roots have nitrogen-fixing actinobacteria, which enable the plants to grow. The foliage has a sweet resinous scent and is a traditional insect repellent used by campers to keep biting insects out of tents. It is also a traditional component of royal wedding bouquets and is used variously in perfumery and as a condiment. In northwestern Europe, it was much used in a mixture called gruit as a flavoring for beer from the Middle Ages to the 16th century, but it fell into disuse after hops supplanted gruit herbs for political and economic reasons. In modern times, some brewers have revisited this historic technique, and in Denmark and Sweden, the plant is commonly used to prepare home-flavored schnapps.
Yes, I see. So that's what we've got here, gang. A extremely limited tobacco, hand-blended, hand-pressed by Lassie Berg, presented in its own humidor, ridiculously expensive. I can't imagine any world in which this was actually worth the money that they were charging for it, but I think it'll be fun to try it out. We're gonna open this up, we're gonna take a look at the crazy presentation, its own humidor. I don't know what number this is. Oh, I know, it's number 61 of 200. And again, this isn't gonna be a full-on review like I do with most blends because, like I said, I'm predisposed to probably dislike this because it's an aromatic. And this is more of just like a strange, crazy indulgence and a fun thing to do. So let's take a look at this W.O. Larsen 2015 limited release hand-pressed, shall we? All right, gang, here it is. The most expensive pipe tobacco in the world. World. Get this cling wrap off here. All right, here we go. We're gonna open this outer box and see what we have inside here. Oh my. What is this? Am I supposed to spread this out? It is a clean plus rag something. I don't know what that's for. We've got gloves, I guess, with which to handle. I guess I better put these on. Is there a right and a left, or are they? I think they're both. Let's go. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know if Danish people have smaller hands or what, but here we go. Get these on. Definitely a white glove sort of moment here. And let's see if I can lift this out. Okay, this is gonna be difficult. You're supposed to keep it right side up, but I don't know if I can get this out without tipping it over. I'm gonna break the box. Darn it. Oh. Okay. We have spread out our white cloth. We're removing the styrofoam packing materials. Now this is supposedly in its own little humidor, but I'm assuming that it's probably going to be a little dry because it's been a few years, so we might have to actually rehydrate this tobacco a little bit before we smoke it, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. Ooh, shiny. So this is a cool, looks like a lacquered wooden box. You can see that, W.O. Larsen, pipe tobacco since 1864, hand pressed 2015. Made in Denmark, limited release. This is very fancy, very fancy. How do we open this thing? Here we go. Ooh, feels like aluminum or aluminium. And there's a little bit of information here by Master Blender Lassie Berg. I guess that's his signature there. This is very slippery with these gloves now. Can't grasp. How do I open it? Okay. Is this cedar? Let me smell it. Huh, doesn't smell like cedar, but I'm assuming it is. Usually humidors are made of cedar or something similar. Very well made, very nice box, I have to say. We have, whoa, okay, we've got a lot of tobacco dust. That does not bode well for the moisture content. I'm not sure what this tissue paper is for. And, oh yeah, okay. So this is the humidor, and I can already feel through this tissue. Oh boy. Oh, that's dry. Oh Lord, that's a problem. Oh my God. I don't know if this cloth is gonna do it for us. I might wanna put a piece of paper under this. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. W.O. Larsen, 2015. Limited edition, hand pressed. We have 3 little rectangles of pressed tobacco. And they don't feel super dry in the body. I guess it's just the crumbs that have come off. We'll have to see. It's such a shame to try to break this apart and actually smoke some of this. I'm already smelling something odd here. Hold on, I want to take a whiff of this. Ugh. That is an interesting aroma. I'm assuming that's the Gayle leaves. It has an interesting sort of resinous sort of smell. I guess when we were learning about what Gayle leaves are, the information did include the fact that it is sometimes burnt as an insect repellent, and that's kind of what it smells like. I don't know if that's good for tobacco. In terms of, we don't know what the 21 other component tobaccos are in this blend. I'm assuming there's some Virginias. It's hard to smell anything else other than this very distinct resinous smell, something that I've never smelled in a pipe tobacco before. My God, what a mess. There was a little info card here. It looks like date of pressing 10/15/2015, so October 15th. This tobacco has been blended, pressed, and quality assured by Master Blender Lassie Berg. So that's our little certificate. I'm gonna have to clean up this mess a little bit. I'm gonna see how dry this tobacco actually is, whether or not I can actually smoke any now. And if not, I'm gonna have to rehydrate a little bit of it, and then we will be back and I will try it. But that is the presentation. Right there. A very pretty, I do have to say, very nice humidor. Doesn't really seem to have done its job, but again, it's been a couple years, so you know. But yeah, we'll be right back. And we're back. Now, I have managed to take a little bit of this super dry W.O. Larsen hand-pressed 2015 tobacco and rehydrate it. The rest I have placed in a canning jar like this. I will eventually rehydrate all of this. I didn't get this right up to the moisture content that I would like. I didn't have time. I didn't have days and days to wait, but it's smokable at least, still a bit on the dry side. I, with some trepidation, put this in my Dunhill 1962 Shell Briar. Trepidation because I don't know exactly what this Gayle leaf is going to do to my pipe, but whatever. It's a premium $1,000 tobacco, the most expensive tobacco ever. So I figured I should put it in a premium pipe. So we're ready to smoke this thing. Obviously you have to wear the white gloves when you're smoking this, and you have to use a Bic lighter. Those are the rules. So here we go. Okay, here we go. The most expensive ever. Ever. Oh, it's really hard to hold on to my check tool with these freaking gloves. Charring light. Hold on. Hold on. My God, it tastes like tobacco? I don't know, it tastes all right. I'm definitely detecting the Gayle leaf, I'm assuming, the extract that they dumped all over in there. There's a weird flavor in here. Not as strong as I was expecting based on the smell of this tobacco, but a very resiny, it does sort of taste like insect repellent, but not in as bad of a way as you would assume just by hearing that. I'm trying to tease out the actual component tobaccos here, but that Gayle leaf extract is definitely in the forefront, and it's sort of making it difficult to taste anything else. Hold on. There are Virginias in this faux show. I'm definitely tasting some Virginia. I don't think there's any Latakia. I don't think there's any Burley. It's hard for me to tell. Really, there's this, okay. Yeah, there's kind of this tingly, numbing effect that's going on in my mouth right now. Almost sort of deadening my taste buds. I don't know if Gayle grows in North America, but I've certainly never come across it. But I'm trying to think of some sort of North American equivalent when you're walking through the woods and seeing like really, really dark green leaves of some sort of shrub, an herbivorous sort of shrub. And if you take those leaves and crush them, you can get a very strong, very resinous scent. And it's the kind of thing where you'd imagine if you taste it, it would make your tongue tingle, probably poison you and kill you. But also there would just be this very strong, very distinct flavor. And that's what I'm detecting. Well, not even detecting because it's slapping me in the face. That's what I'm getting from this tobacco. It has to be the Gayle leaf, but it's making everything else really, really hard to sort of put my finger on. It's definitely unique. It's not horribly unpleasant. But is it worth $1,000? No. No, definitely not. The white gloves, the beautiful lacquered wooden humidor that doesn't work, the whole presentation, that's fun, that's exciting. It's an event, I guess. But if you were thinking of buying this tobacco, I think there are still a few left at $300 on Pipes and Cigars. I don't think you're doing it because you're really, really going to enjoy the smoke. I don't think that's why you would do it. I think it's kind of the equivalent of going to some sort of crazy high-end whiskey bar and spending, you know, $80 on a dram of a crazy single malt cask aged, I don't know anything about whiskey, but a very, very expensive glass of whiskey. You do it for the experience. You do it for the fact that you're splurging, you're tasting a little bit of luxury. But I think with the whiskey, you might enjoy that a little bit more. This just tastes like pipe tobacco with an odd extract added onto the top of it. It's not unpleasant necessarily. That is, if you don't like your tongue tingling, maybe you'll find it unpleasant. But it's nothing that, if you were to throw this in a lineup of other tobacco blends and ask me which one was the most expensive, I don't think I'd be able to pick out the qualities of this particular blend and tell you why this should be more expensive than the others. The bonus, of course, is if you're out camping, sitting around the campfire, and you're burning a little bit of this in your pipe, it might keep the mosquitoes at bay. Yeah, I think if I had bought this for $9 a tin, I probably wouldn't buy it again. As it is, I think it's really cool that I had the opportunity to smoke this. I want to thank, again, the Reddit pipe tobacco community, especially Ryan, WooPigPiper, user feernot on Reddit, his friends who ponied up the money, Fuzzy Totems, Pandam, Zapotecorum, Carnesy, stogie-bear, benbobhenbob, 7_Stark, and toxickdonkey. Again, all their information is going to be in the description box below. Maybe you should drop them a line on the Reddit pipe tobacco community. Let them know that you appreciate, or maybe you appreciate the fact that they sent this for me for review. I really appreciate it. I think it's very cool. It was a fun thing, a fun experience. I'm glad that I got to taste, you know, how the other half lives. Those rich Danish people hanging around the Danish moorland, chewing on Gayle leaves and smoking hand-pressed pipe tobacco. We don't get to do that in America. And perhaps we're better for it. But there you go. That was my sort of review of the most expensive pipe tobacco in the world. W.O. Larsen, limited edition 2015, hand pressed by Lassie Berg. Worth the money? No, but a fun experience, and I'm glad I got to try it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your good friend Bradley, and thanks again to the Reddit pipe tobacco community. I'll see you later. The most expensive pipe tobacco in the world.